Hey guys, press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Pinkvilla.
There is one particular sari which I have wrapped up in malmal. It's lying in Delhi. My mom wore it for her wedding, and I wore my mom's wedding sari for my wedding. And it's wrapped up in malban and in perfect condition. And maybe, who knows, my son's wife might wear it one day. Hi, I'm Mandira Bedi and we are at my store. It's called M The Store. It has basically sarees. We also have some other designers. But why do I design sarees? Because sarees are the coolest garment on earth. They're so versatile. They can be worn for conservative occasions. They can be worn when you want to feel a little sexy on the red carpet. There's a lot of different ways you can wear sarees. So when I want to go to a party and or I want to go to a glitzy evening, I try to choose a sari which has very little bling in terms of less embroidery, just something that drapes nicely, that drapes simply, and it's a softish kind of fabric. So I drape this particular kind of sari like this, regular pleats. Just keep an extra long pallu, which you put over this shoulder, and then just knock it back over your other shoulder, and it feels like you're wearing a scarf or a muffler. The good part is your hands are free to dance, to hold a glass, to shake hands. It's not like when you're wearing a regular sari with a regular drape, you have to keep your one arm like this. This is a very cool, fun way of draping a sari, and it's also when my stomach is feeling especially flat. Those are the days I wear a sari like this. First sari I ever bought, I think, was a Rukh sari. When I was getting married, I wanted to be a Ritu Kumar bride. So I bought Ritu Kumar lehenga for my Sangeet, a Ritu Kumar lehenga for my wedding itself, and a Ritu Kumar very heavy sari. And the beauty of her saris are what I wore during my wedding so many years ago. I can wear even now because they're just classic. They're timeless. It's not like they ever go out of style. My first encounter with the sari was when I was 13 years old. My older cousin was getting married, and I borrowed somebody's sari, and I remember it was a pink colored sari which didn't drape particularly well. It was not like it was a sari that was easy to wear. And I remember I wore it with a mirror work blouse, one of those Rajasthani mirror work blouses. And I remember my mother tied it on me, and after that I've taught my mother, several years later, that safety pins are very important. She didn't put any safety pins on the pleat, on the pleats in front or at the back or on my shoulder. So I was an absolute mess. I was also 13 years old and I didn't know how to carry off a sari. But anyway, I wore that sari. I stepped on my pleats were on the floor. It was a nightmare. I told myself I'm never going to wear a sari again. Of course, now I'm designing saris. That's another story. So the 13-year-old me has come a long way. Back then, I had pleats all over the floor. Now I can stand on stage for long periods of time. I can host shows wearing a sari whenever I go for any conservative occasions, pujas, wedding functions. I use this classic drape. It's simple and easy, provided you use 3 safety pins. Whenever people ask me for tips on how to wear a sari, I always tell them this: 3 safety pins. 1, holding all these pleats together. 2, holding these pleats to the rest of the sari, like here, behind the pleats. And 3, the last pin comes over here, attaching your pallu to the blouse. And once you've put these 3 safety pins in the correct places, you're good to go. You have one hand free. This hand, unfortunately, doesn't move around too much, just holds your pallu in place, makes you elegant and graceful. The good thing is, when you're wearing the sari like this, you can carry a clutch very easily because this is the hand that doesn't move. Your clutch can sit right here. This is the hand you greet people with, hold your glass with, put your plate on a table and eat your food with. I think a sari looks very ungraceful if you're wearing flat shoes. There are some people who carry flat shoes, some tall people who carry off flat shoes very well, but I think a certain kind of poise, a certain kind of grace comes with wearing high heels. If you're not comfortable in high heels, even wedges are okay, but a little bit of height, it just gives you a better posture. So my recommendation is don't wear it with flat shoes. It doesn't look so nice. If I were to gift my sari to somebody from the other neck of the woods, I would gift a sari to Selena Gomez, because I think she carries off whatever she wears very well, and she's got a nice rear and a nice rear looks nice in a sari. Well, I think there should be something you can wear for a party or a cocktail, something light, flowy, easy to drape, easy to wear, so something with less bling. And of course, if you have to choose a second sari should be a heavy one, which you can wear to a wedding, to a puja, to any big occasion. So one light and one heavy. I have another tip to give you, also about twos. Whenever you buy a sari, get a sari, you get a blouse piece with it. With that blouse piece, try and make 2 blouses. One blouse which is strappy, a little bit sexy, can be worn to a party, to a red carpet event, to a friend's house. And another one slightly conservative with sleeves, so that you can wear the sari to a puja or to a wedding or any kind of conservative occasion. It just gives your sari more versatility. 2 blouses. Well, I didn't think I was going to make the sari glamorous. I started wearing the sari and the sari just got associated with me and I got associated with it, and it was lovely. It's been a great relationship because I wore a lot of the sari, and then I started to design a sari, and now I wear my own saris. You know, a lot of people think and say that the sari is coming back. I'm just saying the sari never went anywhere. It was always here. So this sarong sari that I call salt, it isn't draped like this. The skirt is draped like this. I just slip into the skirt. The pallu starts basically somewhere here, and I move it around my hips and toss it over my shoulder, and that's how I wear it. There are many other ways of wearing it. You can sort of wear it like that, tuck it in places. It looks and feels like a dress, doesn't it? See, there you go. So, I mean, there are many ways of wearing this sari, but this is the coolest, and this way it still sort of kind of looks like a sari. This can be worn with a variety of blouses. You can wear like a bodysuit underneath it, you can wear a swimsuit underneath it, and because it's a solid color, you can totally go contrast, you can wear a print, so it's very versatile that way. And this is one sari or dress that can be worn with high heels and with flats. I mean, if you're on the beach, you're not going to wear a pair of high heels, right? So you wear it with a pair of slippers, it looks cool. But if you're just hanging about in it, I think it looks very nice with sneakers. My favorite Indian style of drape would have to be the classic Indian drape, where the pleats are in the correct place, the pallu length is perfect, the pallu is tossed over this shoulder and it's carried by this forearm. And generally speaking, you have to keep your arm like this the whole time that you're wearing the sari that way, but nothing can beat that drape. It's elegant, it's classy, it's very graceful. There is one particular sari which I have wrapped up in malmal. It's lying in Delhi. My mom wore it for her wedding, and I had 2 wedding functions. One was in the day where I wore a lehenga, and one was the night before where I wore a sari, and I wore my mom's wedding sari for my wedding. And it's wrapped up in Melbourne and in perfect condition, and maybe, who knows, my son's wife might wear it one day. Elegant, classy, graceful, and sexy. There's a 4th word. So saris are classic, elegant, graceful, but they can be sexy and fun too. I showed you a couple of drapes, and I've showed you this little skirt, dress, sarong sari that I'm wearing as well. So saris are very versatile, and like I said before, and like I always say, saris never ever went out of style. So when people say saris are back, they just never went anywhere. They're here to stay. If you like this video and other videos like this, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to Pinkvilla.